Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. I'm Chris McGee. There's Robert Ory. Allie's here. Perez at the arena. Big Game James lifting up his head. Lakers lose to the lowly Pacers. Big game. Just 22nd. That's before Thanksgiving. It's a long time ago. Fourth quarter, outscored 35-24, and they really didn't win a quarter after the first. Tough loss, especially when you're heading out on the road for 6 for the Grammy trip.
Go ahead, Rob.
Rob? Well, why don't we let the big fella think about it for a minute?
You know, the thing about this game is when you watch this game and you would put this game side by side with the Utah game, you saw a lot more energy in the Utah game. It's like they said, okay, the Pacers, you're not a very good team on the road. So we didn't come here with the same energy, the same fight as we did with the Utah Jazz. And this is the NBA. And you guys haven't been playing well all season. And I said it earlier, you know, you didn't impress me. I was like, the first time might have been a fluke, but the second time might show us a habit. And to me, now you're saying that it was a fluke in that game against Utah. So you got to find a way to muster up the energy and the effort to play against the teams that are at the bottom of the barrel, the same as the teams at the top of the barrel. And tonight, they did not do that. They didn't have the same energy. They didn't have the same effort. And for this team to come in and just beat you in the paint like they did in the first half, you can't let that happen. You know, Brogdon, he just came off an Achilles injury, and he was feasting in the paint. There's certain things you need to stop as a team if you want to be considered a good defensive team.
You know, when I do interviews, Rob, they ask me what bothers you guys a lot. You know, like, what frustrates Big Game and Big Shot? And I said, if you look at points in the paint and there's a discrepancy, 62-42 like tonight, or 62-44, that tells you something. Big Game, James, and yeah. Obviously we're all frustrated, but yeah, like Rob said, it's just tough to come back 2 nights later. James, this had the makings of a blowout. We cruise and have fun, right? I mean, you're up 15 in the first quarter. You're coming off that win on Utah. Everyone feels good. Had big leads.
Yeah, one game against a really good team in Utah does not warrant you a quick turnaround. Given the games that we've witnessed this year, the Oklahoma losses, the Memphis losses, even though Memphis is a good team, Sacramento, games where they've had 26-point leads and only come back in the third quarter to lose. Yeah, this is a problem, man, because I don't even know what to say about it anymore, except they haven't moved in the right direction. I mean, the Utah game was, I guess, you know, Rob said it was a fluke. They played hard. They had something to prove after that Denver game. So they had to come back against the Utah game. But to allow this team to come in here, a team that hasn't played well on the road, I don't think they won a road game since November 22nd, James. And to show that you can play, like Rob said, to come in and just to automatically think things were going to change for you. This game tonight, more so than the Denver game. The Denver game was ugly enough, but this game tonight after the Utah game represents more of an issue for me than
yeah, because Denver, I think what bothered you and a lot of people, James, was the effort, right? Yeah. This game, it's more what? Like, what are the frustrations? Lack of defense, effort for you?
Effort. You know, the game still boils down to effort. You know, contesting shots, closing out, doing the little things, boxing out, making guys stay out of paint. If you like, it was a clinic the way they rotated against Utah. Yeah. This was like, oh, they just met up in the parking lot and said, let's play a game together. This is what we're going to do defensively. So that's what it boils down to me. It's got to be, you have to have the maximum effort each and every night. And we always talk about load management. When you got a guy like LeBron James is playing as many minutes as he is, you beat the brakes off this team. And have them think about, oh, we're in L.A., we need to go party tonight. So you have them thinking about something else. That way in the fourth quarter, LeBron does not touch the court.
Yeah, that is frustrating. I mean, now Indiana's 1-19 after trailing at halftime. They were 0-19 coming into this game. So this isn't a team that's used to coming back, but we say this all the time. you have to respect everyone in this league. There's good basketball players on this team.
Yeah.
Malcolm Brogdon can play. Sabonis can play. LeVert can play. I mean, Duarte can shoot. I mean, these guys can play. They're struggling, but they also want to taste victory, big game. And when they sense you're going to let them in the door.
Yeah, records do not indicate how good NBA players are. They all got here the same way every other NBA player got here. Hard work, having a reputation of being a good teammate. And so, yeah, it's not like they haven't been playing hard. They've just been losing because the teams that they've been playing against have been respecting them. And it looks like tonight the Lakers, they didn't respect the Indiana coming in here. And I saw it in the second quarter. I always see it. I always feel where the game's going to go at the end of the second quarter when they let them get back into it, the momentum. And so that's when teams think that, Lakers are letting them back in. That's when they think they're going to beat them.
Yeah.
Is at the end of the second quarters, they say, they go in that locker room and they say, look, man, they don't respect us. They're taking us for granted. And they come back out, LeVert, Sabonis, and they start playing, and before you know it, we're standing here talking about another disappointing loss.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, 10-4 run to end the second, 8-2 to end the third. That's always favoring the other team. I mean, Karis LeVert, 22 in the fourth. I mean, talk about a team that's not really playing for too much right now, a team that you can kind of put your foot on, Rob, and end them, like you said, get them thinking about other stuff. Everyone's on the trading block.
Yes.
Every day there's a different rumor about their best players, Miles Turner, Sabonis. So,
it's like, I said this the other day. This team right here they don't know which way is up. They've been like, I want out of here. I'm not happy here. Our rookie of the year, former rookie of the year, Brogdon has been out. And, Karis LeVert has been one of those guys that's always been a key. When he was in Jersey, he was killing it. Now, all of a sudden, you hold him at bay and then you let him get, you say 22 in the fourth?
He had 22. The Lakers as a team had 24.
22 in the fourth. You got to figure out a way how to stop this guy. I say this all the time. Get it out of his head. Stop switching. Make someone else. Because if you look at this team, only him and Sabonis was doing the scoring. Yeah. Sabonis was inside and he hit a three at the end on the outside. But you got to figure out a way defensively to get it out of the hot man's hand because the Lakers, they got a good defense team. You know why I know this? They just showed me 2 nights ago.
You were breaking down on the Access 360.
Exactly. So you can't have opportunities like this slip by. And we talk about it. We've been on it for 10 years. We've been here.
10.
And we talk about it all the time, how you can't let these games like this slip away because you know why? What happened last year? It put you in the play-in game. And you can't have this.
We were younger 10 years ago. Me and you.
Yes, we were.
I thought he was Sleepy Floyd in the fourth, didn't he, right there? Was that 87? Sleepy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm running out of words. Yeah. I really am. I mean, do they want it? I don't know if do they want it.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want it.
Yeah, frustrating. I mean, I've just written here kind of frustrations. Like, I think that's, Laker fans, whatever, the national media piles on, other fan bases, that's all part of it. We love it. It's part of the job. And but the frustrations, I don't know if it's lack of consistency, just the ability to string it together, Rob, like you said, like James going, not sure how bad they want, those kind of things. Yeah. I think that just adds up, right?
I also think they don't understand what the Laker brand means. The Laker brand, you already fighting an uphill battle with that because people want to come in here and beat the brakes off you because you're the Lakers. You've won championships. You're basically the symbol of the NBA for a long time. And this is their championship game. I've seen it so many times when I was in a Laker uniform. You walk in other teams' locker room on their bulletin board, this is our championship game because we play in the Lakers. And this is what you got to understand. You got to come out each and every time you play this game with the mindset, they want to beat us. They want to embarrass us. So you got to come out thinking you're down. Play with that energy, play with that enthusiasm, and play with that hunger and that drive that you don't want these teams to come in your building, especially this team like this, and beat you. Every now and then you let someone like Golden